We've been meeting a lot since last September, and I think we're getting close. In June, we'll have a lot to say about it. But in general, it's really about organizing the PGA Tour in a way that's a little bit more simple, that not only a golf fan but a sports fan can understand, having a beginning and an end, having standings that are a little bit easier to digest and understand,
yes,
that ultimately add consequence that you understand to each tournament. And we talked about having track one events where the best 120 golfers will compete week in and week out with cuts, bring cuts back. And then we'll have other events that people are trying to fight to get into those track one. And so if you've never seen a PGA Tour event before, we could sit down and within 3 minutes on television, I could tell you this is the stakes of this event, other than it being a great event in and of itself.
Right. And
I think the PGA Tour kind of grew up that way. It kind of grew up of an event here, an event there, as opposed to how do you actually organize this into a little bit more coherent league or sport. The FedEx points kind of get us there, but I think there's a lot more work we have to do. And I think what you'll see when we talk about this in June, I think fans will be really excited about it. I think what we're trying to do is just create a season with a beginning and end that kind of starts after Super Bowl and ends before the NFL or goes on the air. But I think there's a real opportunity to kind of do that in the summer.
Right.
And I think that's where we play the majority of our golf anyway.
Right.
So I think you'll see it condensed into a more logical part in the calendar.
So the PGA Tour continuing to evolve and make changes. It's been reported that there are revamped player social media content policy rules coming. Players will be able to post broadcast footage of up to 6 shots per round, post up to 120 minutes of highlights on YouTube, double what was previously allowed, produce up to 3 minutes of on-site competition day content, use archive PGA Tour footage without having to transfer ownership of the YouTube channel. They'll be able to earn ad revenue from any content captured during practice rounds and pro-ams as well. So plenty to keep an eye on as we see how the PGA Tour evolves in this era of professional golf.